good morning. You guys ready? As we kick off our 15th year of relaying in Second Life, how fitting is it that our theme invites the entire Second Life community to come along with us? She's been performing in Second Life since 2008. She covers every genre, from country to rock. She claimed the crown at Greer Idol in her hometown in 2015. She lives her dream here in Second Life, singing for the best fans in the world. And she's here to kick us off from South Carolina, USA. Ladies, gentlemen, fellow relayers, Savannah Coronet.
Welcome aboard the Relay Starlight Express. I'm your tour guide along this journey of promise. Your passport to hope has granted you access to this quest for a cure. This will show us how we, the Relay for Life of Second Life, will make a difference in the fight against cancer this season. In order to understand the impact of the American Cancer Society, we celebrate 100 years of hope and more. We raise our voices as we exclaim that it's time for a cure, and we envision a world without cancer where the future is now. Some of us are brand new to the Relay movement, while others remember that once upon a cure, we decided to be heroes. We committed to being one world, one hope. We put our wishes on a cure into action by forming teams across the grid. No matter if you've been relaying for years or this is your first year, remember that we're at our best when we introduce the American Cancer Society to everyone we know and everyone we meet. We offer support and services to cancer patients, survivors, and caregivers throughout each season of hope. And for 15 years, our community has become one of the largest, most impactful, most passionate, and dedicated group of cancer-fighting individuals in the world. And we are all united. We relay. Oh, we arrived at our first destination, where we get to hear the 2019 season leads. Adam Spark, Ari Spark, and Jem Sunkiller. They're excited to know that you're all aboard for...
Before we get into the details of the season, we want to thank Trader Whiplash and T1 Radio for once again providing the live stream for Relay Radio so that we can deliver a best-in-class kickoff presentation, and so that those who couldn't make it onto the region are able to listen online at t1radio.com.
And if you can't listen, you can watch a live stream of the kickoff on the Relay for Life of Second Life YouTube channel, thanks to Luke Flywalker and the SL Aviation Network.
And another thank you to all of the radio stations, blogs, and social channels that have helped to spread the word about the American Cancer Society and Second Life over the last several months. We see you, we read you, we listen to you, and we thank you. Next, we'd like to open up a bit to you about why we are so personally committed to the American Cancer Society and Relay for Life.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ari Spark, and first got on board with Relay for Life of Second Life in 2011 because I was honoring my dad who passed away with esophageal cancer. That was the hardest thing to watch, my dad passing away. So a friend told me about the ACS Caregivers Support Group in Second Life, and I joined. It was a huge help to me while dealing with my dad's passing. While that's the reason I got started, the reason I stay committed is because I myself was diagnosed with breast cancer and just now finished my treatments in January. It has been a long journey, and now I relay not only for myself, my dad, and other family members, but for all the caregivers and survivors right here in Second Life.
And I am Adam Spark, and I too have been on board with Relay for Life since 2011, when I was invited to join Ari as members of a team named DJs for Life. My caregiver story is very similar to Ari's. Shortly before her father battled esophageal cancer, my father fell ill, and it was discovered that he had mesothelioma. He tried chemotherapy, but as in many mesothelioma cases, we lost my dad very quickly. My dad was my best friend. He was my friend, my caregiver as I grew up with physical challenges, and even in later years, as he grew sick with a disease we only discovered in his final months. I miss him. Today, I, like Ari and Jem, continue to relay with all of you. I relay for Ari, my warrior and survivor, for my father, and for you, my relay family. I relay for better treatments. I relay for the cure.
And I'm Jen Sunkiller.
Relay for the Cure.
And I'm Jen Sunkiller. And for the last 8 years, I've been all aboard Relay in a variety of ways, such as bringing a team, working with teams, and doing lots of outreach. This year, I accepted the calling to participate on the season lead team because my commitment to this cause is tied back to something so much bigger than just myself. I have been a caregiver since 1983 when my father was first diagnosed with colon cancer. Back then, there were no protocols beyond removing everything we could see or feel. He went on to be a 4-time survivor, and we lost him this summer at 95. I really miss him. My grandmother lost her battle in part to the fact that she was too modest to talk to her physician about the symptoms she was having. By the time she did, nothing could be done. In 2011, we lost our mother to colon cancer, but not before treatments developed in part by American Cancer Society researchers gave us 3 precious years. In December, we lost Angel, a 10-year-old brain cancer survivor. She won the battle, but the side effects of the treatments destroyed vital organs. Parents should never have to be faced with the choice that hers were forced to make. My sister has been fighting stage 3 breast cancer. With the help of an ACS navigator, she found an oncologist that used cutting-edge therapies, as he said, to swing for a cure. As of this week, she is cancer-free. I will continue to relay to help fund research that supports gentler, more effective treatments, to help continue to provide patient support and services. I relay so that we can present life-saving information about early detection and prevention. I relay for my family and yours. I relay for hope. I relay for life.
Our vision for making the 2019 season special is to focus on you. Relay for Life of Second Life is diverse and inclusive. Each relay team can relay in ways that are relevant to their community. We are strong in our diversity. Together we are mighty. Our commitment is to help you set goals, plan, and promote your fundraising events to the best of your ability. And here are a few ways that we can work together to make that happen.
With one-on-one team planning and check-ins, we will help your team set goals, discuss fundraising opportunities, and check in with you throughout the season. We have an events calendar organized by Legacy Trouble. You can find information on events posting on our website, relayforlife.org, under the Fundraising Events Calendar section. We will post your events to the RFL of SL Facebook page. Though we cannot submit your events to the SL Events Calendar, if you all submit your own, we could flood the calendar all season long.
The Fundraising Club is designed to motivate teams to set goals and reward you along the way to your fundraising success. We want the Fundraising Club to be something that all teams can be a part of and celebrate with each other. More information on the Fundraising Club can be found in the More Information section of relayforlife.org/Second Life. Our 2019 Fundraising Club levels are as follows. Bronze is 12,500 linden. Silver is 50,000 lindens. Gold is 125,000 lindens. Platinum is 250,000 lindens. Jade is 5,000 lindens. Sapphire is 750,000 lindens. Emerald is 1 million lindens. Ruby is 1.25 million linden. Topaz is 1.5 million lindens. Diamond is 1.75 million lindens, and purple, so that you can really swing for the moon and hit it out of the park, is 3,750,000 lindens.
The 2019 Relay for Life season team totals page is here. This page shows a list of all registered teams with the combination of your linden total, your dashboard total, and your team's combined total. You can find the link for the page on relayforlife.org/secondlife website in the announcements section, as well as under more information.
You can help us grow our relay. If you know someone who would want to know more, let us know and help arrange a meeting to introduce them to your season leads. Outreach is something every relayer can do, and it's everyone's job.
We've kept you long enough. Let's go back to our tour. We'll see you all on the Relay Road.
Oh, you all seem pretty revved after that stop on our tour. Before we arrive at our next destination, the Hope Haven, let's keep this train of inspiration moving by focusing on why we commit ourselves to fundraising for the American Cancer Society. This is the way we provide support and services directly to the residents of Second Life. Our fundraising helps to ensure that we can offer these programs year-round to cancer patients, survivors, and caregivers directly from the American Cancer Society island, without even leaving Second Life. Let's listen to some comments made by the people you're helping.
Before I got home from the ultrasound office, which was about 5 minutes away from my house, the doctor had already called me. So I had to get back in the car with my wife and go back. And when he told me, the doctor was crying along with me. My whole world crashed around because I didn't know. You know, you hear about cancer, and it's a word, really, until it happens to you.
I went alone, and before I had even left the office, I had the answer. I started crying, and I remember I looked up at the doctor, and I said, well, will I be skinny? And that was the first, reaction that I had. And
the first time I had it, it was my wife and my 2 kids living in Texas. I really had nobody. I had the team at the hospital, but I didn't know anything about American Cancer Society. I didn't know about who I could turn to for help. Now, when I came back to Second Life in 2015, I didn't know anything about this.
I was just kind of lost, and I went on Second Life because I've been on Second Life for a while, and typed it in, and I just ended up landing here. And when I joined the group, everybody was super amazing about it.
I ran across somebody on a sim somewhere that had the survivor group in their profile, and I followed the link here. First person I met here, I believe, was Sandy, because I came to one of the survivor chats, and I was scared and nervous because I didn't know anybody, but she basically held my hand, and she said everything's going to be all right. I was among friends, and thank God that I was part of this family when it came back again.
I have helped take care of 5 of my family. It changed my life in a lot of ways. Up until that time, I was very shy and insecure, and once my mother needed me, I found out that I was a lot smarter than I thought I was in terms of understanding this medical mysteries. And for me, not having had all that support back when I was going through it, I've even gone to caregiver meetings and found that it's helped me to deal with my grief. It's helped me to be a bigger support for friends of mine that are going through it now.
I was a caregiver before, and, all of us, God forbid, there's always a possibility we're going to find ourselves in that role again. Knowing that these folks are here and are able and willing to help, and of course we are willing to offer whatever support we have.
One of my first interactions in this group was kind of just sitting down and crying and talking to Sandy and Trader about everything, and you told me the battery story, which got me through a lot, and still does. And Sandy, the fact that I could bond with her, and like she was able to kind of guide me through some of the things that I would end up going through, so I wasn't caught off guard and scared. I mean, I was scared. I'm still scared. Still very scared, but it's nice that there was somebody there that understood how I feel.
I met another cancer survivor. She and I are really close friends now. Not my first relay, but the second one, I met someone who was riding a broom around the track. And just on a whim, I'm like, hey, that's a really cool broom. And she said, oh, I make them. And she gave me one. So we spent probably about an hour walking laps or flying laps together. And she and I have been very close friends ever since, all based on walking that track together. And there's nothing in the world that can replace the feeling I have.
It makes all the difference in the world, having people that you can talk to, having someone there when you need to cry, when you need to yell and scream, or just be quiet and have a hug to know somebody cares and you're not alone. It makes a big difference, these support groups. They really, really do.
Now, I don't know what breast cancer is like. I don't know what other types of cancer are like, because they're all different and evil in their own ways, but we're all a family that have been there. And every day that you wake up and put your feet on the floor, you're kicking cancer in the butt.
Arriving at port. Wait. We're at an unknown destination. The 5 days of relay? So since this is a new stop for your tour guide, I'll leave it to Celine to tell you more.
Hi guys, my name is Celine Jashawn, and I'm relatively new to Relay for Life of Second Life. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm happy to share a little bit about myself and what got me on board last year and ultimately motivated me to help lead this new 5 days of relay concept. I have a personal connection to cancer, much like many of you, family and friends affected by the disease. But it was 12 years ago that my father was given 4 months to live with melanoma cancer. But due to experimental treatments, he is cancer-free today. My son was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma 4 years ago. And after chemo and radiation, I'm proud to say that he is also cancer-free. So research is the key. And due to that, I recognize quickly that I can help. No matter how large or small the time or donation, it all matters. I care so much about American Cancer Society being in Second Life because it was this time last year, while participating in Relay for Life in Second Life, that I myself was diagnosed with cancer and went from being a caregiver to now a survivor. So I jumped at the opportunity to do something new, and that is 5 days of relay. This is a concept that originated during the brainstorming sessions last summer and is based on the new idea that we can offer a new way for communities to come together with something new under the relay umbrella, providing them with a few key resources, but letting them take full ownership over the fundraising events and experiences. We will set these events up during the days leading up to the 24-hour weekend to build the excitement as we get closer to the event. Our goal is to fill up the entire 5 days with cool experiences such as bike building, track building, music, DJs, and much, much more that is still being talked through, and we're working hard to reach it. We now have a core team of MC members from across the grid working with us, and they are very excited to have this opportunity as well. We are definitely starting with a bang with the MC members, filling up a sim for just a meeting. The numbers are still growing, but we have already signed up 31 motorcycle clubs, well on our way to the 75 goal. To join the forces of the grid's largest unified effort from the MC community to rally together to fight cancer. These MCs are planning their own event that will be held on the relay regions before relay weekend while teams are building their campsites. This will give everyone a chance to meet each other and share stories of what brought them on board. Our members can take a break from building and check out the Relay Goes MC activities. And the MCs, in turn, can explore the relay regions while they're being built. There is so much to experience in the 5-day. It's not going to be just for MCs, but it's going to be for everyone. When we consider what types of communities and groups fit into the 5 days of relay concept, we think about the types of activities in Second Life that have lots and lots of different groups, clubs, chapters, guilds, etc. Just like there are hundreds of different motorcycle clubs in Second Life, there are hundreds of sailing communities, music or dance clubs, and we want them to view the 5 days of relay as a way that all of these groups can share a common interest, and who may not have worked in unison for whatever reasons can partner with each other to plan a multi-group community event on the relay regions with one shared goal: to fund the mission of the American Cancer Society.
Wow, the 5 days of relay sound like a great new addition to this entire experience. It shows that there's always room for new ideas. While we travel to our next destination, I'd like to give Sandy Slade an opportunity to share more about Hope Haven. She's excited about the new resource that's now available called the Personal Health Management Kit.
The Personal Health Management Kit helps you navigate through your diagnosis and what to expect from any rounds of treatment, whether it's chemo, what side effects, whether it's radiation, what side effects, and even long-term things on what to expect, how you might change like your appetite, and if you have to deal with nausea or fatigue. There's also tracking tools where you can keep track of your medications and if you do have reactions, so that it makes it easier when you go back to your doctor and they ask you how you're feeling and how things are going, and you have a record of what has happened between visits. You can download either one of these all together. They come as two different files. And it helps you feel like you have a little bit more control, because you might not remember what the doctor said about if this happens, but you can refer back to this page on your Personal Health Manager and say, okay, I'll try to do this, or maybe this will help. This is good for caregivers too, because it helps them understand and be able to help a little bit better. There's a thing on here about questions to ask your doctor, or how to talk to your doctor, because I know personally, even when I wrote stuff down or made myself a note, I always forgot something that I needed to ask them about. So this gives you ideas of questions to ask to help you understand what you're going through.
Just when you thought you had everything you needed, the American Cancer Society provides another way to help cancer patients and their families in Second Life. Oh, I'm getting word from the conductor that we're pulling into our next stop on the tour. And this is one I'm sure many of you are familiar with. But with so many new faces, Diana, Ariel, and Kitty are eager to share what you can expect from the 2019 24-hour event that we know as Relay Weekend.
Wow, this kickoff has been so full of so much great information from the season to the 5 days. And now we get to talk about the finale, Relay Weekend. This is what we all work for. But first, we want to let you know a little bit more about who we are. I'm Ariel Stormcrow, and I discovered Relay for Life of Second Life when I was shopping and saw a kiosk. Until then, I had no idea there was such a thing in Second Life. That was back in 2009. I had my first official team in 2011, and I've never looked back. No matter what each year brings, I remain dedicated to this event and this cause because my mother is a 12-year lung cancer survivor. She's been through 2 surgeries, 2 rounds of chemotherapy, and is currently on her second type of cancer medication to help fight the cancer that is now in both lungs. However, this medication is working. For that, I am forever grateful and will continue to support the American Cancer Society in their continued push for more research.
Hi everyone, I'm Diana Wycliffe. I was first introduced to Relay for Life in 2008 by my dear friend Random when she asked me to join her team. And I've been hooked on Relay ever since. I'm honored to help lead the task for the 24-hour event because Relay is a huge passion of mine. I care because this disease kills so many of our loved ones, causes so much pain, sadness, and heartache for everyone. I first heard the words cancer when I was 11 years old, when it took my grandmother. At 14, cancer took my uncle. At 16, my other uncle was diagnosed with leukemia. When I was 23, cancer took my grandfather. At 29, my uncle with leukemia passed away. And in 2012, my mother joined both of her parents and 2 brothers way too soon because of cancer. And I'm fighting back with you. Together, we can and do make a difference. We are excited about planning a 24-hour event. The first thing on our list is sponsorships.
None of this can happen if we don't have sponsors, and we are excited to thank RGF Estates for donating the regions we are currently on and being our kickoff sponsor this year. And in case you didn't know, the land we are using today will be for sale by RGF Estates after this weekend. So if you've ever wanted to own land that was once used for a Relay for Life kickoff, this is your chance to do so. RGF Estates is also returning as a premier sponsor for the Relay Life event, along with Rockcliffe University and Soul Existence. And we've got a new premier sponsor this year, the Chili Pot. Finally, we're very excited about our signature sponsor, Linden Labs, who is always there for us to ensure your fundraising security and platform assistance. There are plenty of sponsorship opportunities still available. So if you or someone you know would be interested in sponsoring all or part of the Relay for Life of Second Life, please reach out to Noel Americas.
The camp sizes and options are the same as last year. The 24-hour weekend of Relay for Life takes a lot of time to plan, build, and coordinate, not just for us, but for the teams as well. This year, our goal is to share more information earlier in the season so that you guys have more time to plan the best Relay experience for your teams and friends. In fact, we have a few things we can share with you already. The campsite sizes and options are the same as last year, and because they were a big hit, we're bringing back the turnkey campsites as well. We're working on the track designs and layout, and we'll let you know more soon. We're excited about it, and we're sure you will be too. We're still reaching out to designers to join us. We already have both returning designers and brand new ones. We're excited to see what wonderful experiences they'll bring to Relay Weekend. So if you know a talented designer or builder in Second Life who might be interested in creating a unique scene for Relay Weekend, we want to talk to you. So give us an IM or contact us. We look forward to providing more updates throughout the season, so stay tuned and be on the lookout for campsite reservation forms. Alrighty, guys, if anybody wants to come and join us and dance with us, feel free to jump on the pose balls in front of the stage. Go Relay!
2019 is we are going to keep some of the awards from the past, but we will be changing the judging criteria. And we will also have a few new awards that every team or person is able to achieve on their own. For example, the Dashboard Master. That award will go to every participant who sends out 15 emails from the dashboard and sets up Facebook fundraising from their dashboard and raises at least $25 from that. Another new award will be the Transcendence Award for each team that transcends the virtual world and gets a donation or sponsorship from a company in the physical world. Be on the lookout for new awards and achievement opportunities throughout the season.
I can't wait to get to Relay Weekend and see all your campsites in June. I wonder how your team will be inspired by the Relay experience and show that you're all aboard for a cure. Whether by train or boat, car, plane, stagecoach, rocket ship, TARDIS, dragon, teleportation device, blimp, hot air balloon, or maybe something that stirs within your imagination, just know that there's no wrong way to relay. Let's all hop back on the train, because we have just a bit more before Savannah Cornet leads us into the parade of teams, which signifies that relay season is officially begun. What? Trader fell asleep at the controls? Again? Oh, you need more time. Not to worry, there's plenty to talk about. All this traveling reminds me of another program that our fundraising makes available. The Hope Lodge program offers cancer patients and their families a free place to stay if they travel away from home in order to receive cancer treatment. I learned about this program from one of the Hope Lodge directors at the American Cancer Society.
When patients stay at the Hope Lodge, it's for free, and that's really incredible because they have to stay, up to a week when they first enter a clinical trial, and then they have to come down every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes weekly, for their therapy. And it's really prohibitive, to come to another city and do that. But the Hope Lodge will be kind of a home away from home.
Cancer's not cheap at all. It's expensive, and so that if that can relieve one bit of their stress right there, that's good. And give them a sense of community and a sense of hope. You have to have it. If you don't have hope, that disease is going to get you.
When you think cancer, you think, okay, chemotherapy, surgery, but all these other factors, like long commutes, extra costs, staying in hotels, finding a place for your caregivers to stay while you're in the hospital is something that never really crosses our mind when we get diagnosed. I was concerned with surviving and making it through all of this. The last thing on my mind was figuring out a commuting schedule or reserving a last-minute hotel. Since the day of my diagnosis, I've undergone 27 rounds of chemotherapy and most recently in April, a bone marrow transplant with my brother's healthy stem cells. When my friend who had stayed at the Hope Lodge first told me about it, it almost sounded too good to be true. He would talk about, how the Hope Lodge was one of the most powerful and inspiring and moving experiences he'd ever had, and that in some ways it had been the highlight of his cancer experience. I remember first arriving to the Hope Lodge here, and I had no idea what to expect. I was so exhausted, and the first thing we saw was this waterfall in the lobby, and we both kind of stopped and said, really? This can't be the right place. This is far too nice. And we went upstairs, and I remember feeling so relieved as I sort of sank down into my bed and kind of breathed a sigh of relief. I mean, New York is called the concrete jungle, but this place feels like a sanctuary. Cancer patients going through chemotherapy love ice cream because it soothes your throat. So we would sit here and watch really bad romantic comedies and eat a lot of ice cream. It didn't just feel like I was in a hotel, it felt like I was stepping into a supportive community that wanted to do everything they possibly could to make a difference in this difficult time. One of the things that amazed me while I was staying at the Hope Lodge was just how many cancer patients were cycling through. It's so clear that there's a need for a place like a Hope Lodge, and an immediate need.
Our relay kickoff tour is coming to an end. I hope you learned something today as we embark on our new season. I've enjoyed being your tour guide, but now it's time for me to join you in celebrating, remembering, and fighting back. You will see me around. As we embark on our new season, I've enjoyed being your tour guide, but now it's time for me to join you in celebrating, remembering, and fighting back. You will see me around. Bye.
I don't have her. I can't grab her.
Thank you so much, everybody. Relay!
Wow, give it up for Savannah Coronet, man. Awesome as always. Thank you, Savvy, for all you've done for Relay. And we know you're going to continue to do so. Now, it is my very great pleasure to introduce to you someone who truly needs no introduction. Someone very special to all of us. He came to Second Life 11 years ago. Despite those years, will always be a noob. He has a fondness for roller coasters, dragons, Cylons, and everything Relay. We almost lost him last year, but he's back, and he is celebrating his 10th year as the American Cancer Society staff partner to our Relay. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our very own Stingray Raymaker.
Thank you, Trader. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you. In fact, so many people have showed up that you're pushing this region and the next region to capacity, which is why if you weren't able to see the dance performance or the live performances or the tour guide or anything on the stage, it's because there's a lot of pressure being put on Linden Lab servers. But we do have this live streaming on our YouTube channel, and you will be able to watch on the YouTube channel if you want to go back over the next week. But that's what Relay does to Second Life and to the Linden Lab servers. We cannot get together without causing mass chaos and code red over there at Linden Lab. And as I'm talking, my screen is flickering. Okay, good thing I printed this out. Okay, so let me get into it. We're almost done with kickoff. But before we get to the parade of teams, there are a couple of things I do want to share with everybody. And the first thing is to thank you for your support during this off season, more so than in the past, because for those of you who may not know or didn't read slrelayinfo.com, in November, the American Cancer Society had to eliminate over 200 staff positions nationwide. And the executive leadership considered that the responsibilities I held in my previous position were something that could be distributed over to multiple departments, and that would then therefore eliminate the need for my title, my job at the time. And it wasn't a personal decision, and in some ways I understood that it made perfect business sense. I mean, in a fundraising organization, if you make money, however much money you make, you don't make the profit, you spend it on your mission. And so fundraising overall has to be balanced. But to our Second Life community, it did feel like our value may not have been fully understood. We knew the impact we've had to each other and to the Second Life community, but we quickly realized that we hadn't successfully demonstrated how important our community is in the overall battle against cancer. You all knew, and I knew, that we're one of the strongest driving forces behind Relay for Life's success. But with the new leadership at the American Cancer Society, we found ourselves in a position where we had to enlighten them. And so a group of volunteers from Second Life requested a meeting with the executive leadership. And in order to demonstrate that while we understand the need to balance performance with investment, that the Second Life community was being undervalued. And so those volunteers presented our community as not just a single virtual world that could raise a couple $100,000 a year with any old staff partner, but rather a fully functional American Cancer Society office in the virtual world that provides so many necessary services and offers critical support to an entire world through some of the most passionate and dedicated volunteers that the American Cancer Society has ever had. But they didn't stop there. They went on to illustrate how our 15 years of success in Second Life represents a model for how the future of the American Cancer Society must include a virtual community program in order to meet people where they choose to spend their time. And finally, they made it clear that no matter what ACS decided to do next, our community in Second Life was not going to quit. Because our commitment to fighting cancer was never about any one person. 2 days later, in the middle of eliminating 200 ACS positions, a new one was established. It would be solely focused on virtual community development. I know I can be a verbose person, but I cannot articulate in words just how much your support means to me and how grateful I am to be a part of this community. And because I don't have words, I'll show you in action this year, next year, and beyond, which means we got to get to work. When Relay for Life of Second Life began, nothing would overtake MySpace. Twitter was a new concept that only a few people would embrace. And relaying in a virtual world around a virtual track, it was cute, but it wouldn't last. And now, 15 years later, MySpace sits on the back of the closet while Facebook rules the internet. Twitter has completely changed society and our culture. And the Relay for Life of Second Life has raised more than $3.5 million for the American Cancer Society and has led to the creation of a position that is solely dedicated to growing an army of cancer-fighting teams in virtual spaces like Second Life, the Metaverse, Twitch, and beyond. In 1985, Gordy Klatt wanted to do more to fight cancer, so he got everyone he knew to pledge a donation if he could walk or run around a track for 24 hours. And it was around the 2 or 3 a.m. time frame when one of his patients, Pat Flynn, suggested to him that next year they get more people to walk. And the concept of a team-based relay was born, symbolizing the fact that fighting cancer is a group effort. Fast forward to today, and Relay for Life is the largest, most successful fundraiser in the history of the world. Think about the stories I just shared. The only thing I told you on both accounts was the beginning and the end. I left out the most important part of the stories, the middle. You can't get to the end without going through the middle, because that's where all the hard work, the ups and downs, the successes, the failures, the changes, and the patience is. It's where we learn how to get better, and what you do in the middle has the biggest impact on the end. The biggest team fundraising events that we have in our relay didn't start out as the biggest. They started out as an idea, which became a vision, a goal. They knew the first things they needed to do, and they were okay with not knowing the middle because they worked together on adapting to the response to each step along their journey. Success requires passion, hard work, and courage. The group of volunteers who met with the American Cancer Society were nervous, but only because they cared. Our purpose and your ability to make a difference through your second life means so much to them that they put in the time to plan a meeting, they overcame any anxiety, and they delivered a concrete vision that resonated with the right leaders at the American Cancer Society. And that action is an example of what you can accomplish when you believe so firmly in something and you are so passionate about getting it right, and you decide that it's worth pouring yourself into, because hearing no is better than not trying at all. creating a big event won't happen overnight, and it's okay that it doesn't. Gordy Klatt created an overnight event, but not an overnight success. In fact, it was years later before the concept really got picked up in more communities, and even more years later that the American Cancer Society established a Relay for Life department and recognized Relay for Life as the official fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. And that was never Gordy's plan, but he adapted to the response to each step as things progressed. It took a lot of people, a lot of hard work, and a lot of commitment, and a lot of compromise, and a lot of persistence, and a lot of creativity, and hearing a lot of no's, and a lot of patience to get there. So if you have a big idea for an event or a fundraiser that you believe in, and that you think can grow to become a major staple in Second Life, today's the day you start. And if you stay committed to your core values, and you have a team that you can rely on, and you're willing to put in the hard work that it will take, I promise you that the journey from start to finish, that is the middle, will be the best part. And if you want to make a big impact, you must reach out to and invite people from groups and communities that are not yet involved with Relay for Life. Our 2019 theme is All Aboard for a Cure. And that is the perfect mindset for this ambition, because as representatives of the American Cancer Society, we all have an obligation to reach out beyond this group, across the entire Second Life grid, to tell people that we are open for business. And that means that we're not just here to fundraise, we are here to offer real support and services right here in Second Life. So we announce to all of Second Life, all aboard Express! Because Relay for Life is about a community that takes up the fight, and we have plenty of room for everyone across the Second Life community to get on board. We've got sponsors. We've got 5 days of Relay now. We have mega events. We have clubs and partnerships. We have new ideas, old ideas, great ideas, big ideas, all kinds of events, and we have teams. And there's no better way to kick off a Relay season than with the parade of teams.
Circle of Life.
Just believe in yourself, the sea will part before you.
Harshlands.
Stop the rain, turn the tide.
Cure Chasers.
If only you.
Atlantis for Life.
Use the power within you.
Fly for Life.
Lead and let the world turn around. If you're drawn what you have within you, somewhere deep inside.
Starlight Express, you must confess, are you real?
The Bohemian Treehouse.
Yes or no?
Touched by Angels.
Starlight Express, answer me yes. I don't want you to go.
Rusty, you're blind. Look in your mind. I'm there.
Minnie Achoo.
Nothing's new.
Southern Nights Country Club.
The Starlight Express is no more nor less.
Team 427.
Rusty, I am you. Stop the rain, turn the tide.
All the things I did believe I
together. Game of Thrones Cooperative Reborn. Stormy Stars. Kindred Storms. Questing for the Cure. Imperium Romanum Prospimit Vita. Elves of Hope. For the Cure. Imperium Romanum Prospimit Vita. Elves of Hope. Scorpion Stingers. Bonanza Country Relay Team. Strange Journeys. Relay for Christ. Soul Sisters and Family. Sci-Fi Expo. Renrose Rocks RFL. Team Core Charities. Ruse with a Dream. RTCSL for Life. Spirit of the Dragon RFL. Sanctuary Rockers. Sunset Farms. Cancer Gets Stung. Oyo Breedables. The River of Life. SLCG. Rockin' with John C. Kelly. GTFO for Life. Alpha Gamma Sigma. Camping for a Cure. The Little Monsters. Havoc Entertainment. Love is All Around Club. Nightfall ACSRFL. We Are Dragons. Team Livewire. Second Life Cheerleading Squad. SL Bikers for a Cure. From the 5 days of Relay. Relay goes MC. Thunder Riders MC. Hounds of Justice Worldwide MC. Darkened Hearts MC. HAMC Renegades. Black Wolf Pack MC. Insidious Coyotes MC. Bikers for Life MC. Wolfbane Ravens MC. Fallen Angels MC. Celtic Demons MC. 21 Guns MC. Forsaken Misfits MC. Rogue Rebels MC. Ghost Riders Legion MC. Rogues Nomads MC. Alpha Wolves MC. Screaming Eagles MC. Headhunters MC. Hell's Vigilantes MC. Legion of Veterans USA MC. Four Horsemen MC. SOA Southeast MC. Cobra World MC. Heaven's Vixens MC. Unforgiven Few MC. Dark Disciples MC. 'Cause We Can MC. Viper MC Sin City. Gods of SL MC. Unforgiven Disciples MC. Untamed MC. Team Livewire. Second Life Cheerleading Squad. Gorians and Relay for Life. Feed your soul, find a cure. Quest for a Cure. Mayville Steampunks. Harmony of Hope. Inspired Dreamwalkers. Steelhead Salmons. Aether Chrononauts Tiny Steps. Too Tough to Die. Doctor Who fans of SL. Fighting Sunflowers. RFL View Q Warriors. Relay Rockers. Melly's Maniacs. Giant Snail Races. UFS Metamorphosis. Heroes Helping Heroes. Team Jellybean. Team Shadow. Friends for a Cure. The SL Christmas Expo. Free Spirit Hippie Brigade. Team Bobby Sue. Team Mingen. Medieval Fantasy Hunt and Fair. Burners Without Borders NSL. Foundation for Life. Unite Dancers. RGF Estates for RFL, Sunbeamers, and TOD.
Hello, Relay family. How about that kickoff? I hope you're all having a great time dancing. Adam and Ari and I are here with Trader, and we have a few other little tidbits to share with you. Adam, do you want to tell them about the photos and where to put them?
Yes, be sure to drop your photos in the mailbox located on the Reflections of Life sim, and we will get them in a slideshow on the sim, and also we will be posting them all over Facebook. Be sure to send us your photos.
That mailbox is near the sponsor signs where the Reflections joins with Eternal Hope. And we've also got lots of other fun stuff. We've got entertainment planned until 8 o'clock Second Lifetime today, until 8 o'clock Second Lifetime tomorrow. Tomorrow at 3:30 we have Relay Rap with Trader and Adam and Ari and I. And is there somebody else, Trader?
Yeah, this year we're starting a new segment to Relay Rap. One of the things that we've heard it talked about all through the off season, how the Relay for Life is just part of the American Cancer Society product, and the services that are offered. Hope Haven has become such a key to everything we do here, and it's a realization of where our fundraising goes, the support services there, the mission. It all focuses on Hope Haven. So starting tomorrow, we're going to have a checking in at Hope Haven segment where we'll talk to cancer survivors, we'll talk to caregivers, we'll talk about mission. I'm excited to bring it into Relay Rap, but I know I think you'll all be excited too to hear it. Just part of the package that Relay for Life funds as part of the virtual office of the American Cancer Society.
That's great, Trader. Without knowing why we're raising funds, why we're doing what we do, we really can't explain to people why they should donate into our kiosk. So if we make ourselves familiar with the mission of the American Cancer Society, then we will be able to tell them we are raising funds to support survivor services, to support researchers, to support services right here in Second Life. So people should make sure they're familiar with all the mission that we have going on here, and that comes through Hope Haven on ACS Island. Ari, did you want to tell them a little more about the entertainment?
Well, today we have some amazing DJs that's going to be running from, actually 11 to 8 p.m. tonight, I do believe. And these are your DJs from your relay teams, which is just amazing. I'm so excited about it. So you guys, please be sure to stick around, TP and your friends, and let's just do this party up right.
I've been so excited watching you build your photo ops on the Sims, the region. It's fantastic. So many of you have put out such great builds. I want everybody to go walk around, take pictures of everybody else's build. Make sure you've dropped them in that mailbox so that we can show them on the big screen, and as well as Facebook for Relay for Life of Second Life. And while you're doing that, get to know your fellow relayers. Sometimes if you network, you can do a joint event, make a big weekend event together. The more you talk to the other relayers, the more you get to know one another, the more that we can springboard ideas back and forth and make everything just that much better.
You know, this whole kickoff is always such a great celebration. We bring all the teams together. We do it 3 or 4 times a year, and it's special because at this point in our season, we're all standing side by side. And regardless of where we are on the grid, Jem, we're always side by side. We're always shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, because we're all moving to that same destination.
Exactly. We're on the way to the destination. What's that destination, Trader? Adam, Ari? Anybody tell me what our ultimate destination is?
A cure.
A
celebration that we don't have to go and save Sting's job because they've eliminated the American Cancer Society.
Amen.
That's the finish line.
And you know what? I've looked at all the teams we have. We are so diverse this year. There are so many different teams from so many different areas of Second Life, and that diversity just makes us stronger. And together with that diversity, it makes us mighty. So there really isn't anything we can't do.
Now, we're going to keep Relay Radio going all weekend long. T1 Radio will pick up different portions over the weekend, but if you want to, Relay Radio, you can find, if you just ask in the group, we can get you the URL. So you can hear everything that's going on. But I'll tell you what, the best place to find out what's going on? Right here in the kickoff regions.
That's right. And we'll have little messages going on here on Relay Radio, letting you know about other things to do. We'll be handing the DJs notes, I think, and they'll be making announcements for us. And you're going to hear Adam, Ari, and I on the stream because we are DJs, and we just couldn't miss DJing on Relay Weekend. Not Relay Weekend. I'm fast-forwarding 4 months ahead on Kickoff Weekend. And
we're excited.
Adam, Ari, do you have any closing words?
Just relay with love.
Relay with love. Absolutely.
Perfectly said. Go Relay.
Okay. So we're going to let Trader take us on to the next portion of our day, which is the entertainment. And thank you all for listening. And we will see you on the Relay Road.
You guys ready to get aboard? This relay train is departing the station in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.